What is going on, everyone? So in today's video, I'm going to show you my final prototype design for the Udacity UX Designer Nanodegree course. I had a lot of people actually ask me about what my final project or final design looks like. And what I'm going to show you today is actually the final design of the application that I made. However, the actual technical final project is more portfolio style with a bunch of post-it notes and other stuff on there that I'm not going to show you in this video. I'll make that probably in another video. However, this one is just solely going to showcase you what I created during the course so you can get an idea of essentially what I did, and then maybe or not this could help you if you wanted to get into it or not. And if you did want to get into the course, I'll put my affiliate link down below. You can get a little slight discount for the course if you were to sign up through that. So I can put a link down below somewhere in the description if you haven't already got in. And if you wanted extra, I would say, insights on the course, I did make a review video just on the general ideas and what I actually experienced throughout the course. So if you did want to see that, that'll be in the description down below, or to check out the first video I made on this channel. But for this sake of the video, is going to be focused solely on the app that I created, and I'm going to showcase you the prototype and then go through the back end as well, showing you my screens and whatnot. And before you just randomly disappear, this is not the actual app final one I designed. This is the version 1. The second design actually looks completely different from this. I did a redesign, so I just have this currently on my screen because I want to showcase you me before. Once I got into the course, I had very little UI design knowledge, and this was a couple of weeks back, even I don't even know, maybe 2+ months ago, and I didn't even know anything, if not very little on UI design. However, I did make the new design, which I'll show you a little preview really quickly, and then I'll go back to the this one in just a second. But this is the new design, and I use a different frame template, so it's an iPhone 11. So the one I'm showing you right here is I think it's iPhone 8 Plus, I believe, or iPhone 8 in general. And this is the screens too, to showcase this isn't just a copied link. I actually created this stuff. And if you're wondering why there's so many copied screens, it's essentially just to reenact the effect when I do the prototype, which we'll see in just a second. So this is the first initial design that I created, and then let me show you really quick so I can show you the updated version. It's right here with all the blue. So that's just to show you the two different designs that I created. So the one right here, I actually made it during the course, and then I redesigned it after Udacity's course I took. However, during it, this was my central design, and let me just go through this fully working prototype. So in short, the application is about dog training, and it starts off from beginner levels up to advanced, and it doesn't have 100% obviously the working screens and whatnot, but it has enough to show you what the app is ideally or meant to do. So here, get started off at the beginner section. Click on this, loads up the screen. And here I can choose from, let's go through the first one. So we got the bathrooms, basics, and then you have the typical video here. And I used to have a play button here. It just depends. Ideally, this should be auto playing while you're on the screen. And then next, you can hit the next button. And this was in my first design. So I had this like this. So I had a different prototype link. And then here you can search stuff. So if I click on the search bar here, I can go and type in, click here, type stuff in. So ideally, I can say how to stop my dog from biting. Click on this, and then boom, leads me to the video that I searched. And then also, if I wanted to go through it again and just click on something right there that's already suggested, popular searches, you have that option there. Going back, and then advanced lessons, same concept here with obviously different pictures. And then also you can go to the search on the first design from the bottom of the screen. And then also have this option here called contact trainers. So this is where you would ideally, if you wanted a trainer, a professional to do it for you, where you don't have to sit there and spend your time. And then I can hit the call button, call. So I don't have it click, but cancel there. Directions here, and this is just a typical, looks kind of like an iPhone style GPS. Go, and then it shows you, then you hit end. And nothing too fancy. Obviously, I can't do that too many animations at this current point. But I mean, this is more of just showing you the feel. And then I can type my address here. And it's supposed to show you what we have near you, and then it goes back and forth again. And now let's click on the settings tab right here. So actually, let's go back and let's click on the settings tab here, and then just typical settings tab. And this is very basic. You can see the design, nothing too crazy, but it's pretty basic. I didn't put too much UI effort into it. It's more of the UX part. And there's a lot of UX stuff in here, such as the search option. Wasn't here originally when I created this. Throughout the course, I learned from research and the actual people going on the video recording that I had to do saw that they couldn't figure out where to search properly. So that is why I had new features in here. And this is the first version design I created. So now let me show you my actual updated design. So you can see it's a little more, I'd say, modern in my touch, and it looks a lot better. I did actually base this off of one of the apps on the App Store. That's why it was kind of like blandish, and there wasn't too many other apps I could actually base my design off of. So now you saw my version 1 of the app design. Now let me show you the new update redesign that I did for the second version. And I did remove a lot of features that I had in the first app because it was kind of overkill and I was just showing a little too much, versus this makes your life so much easier and it still shows you the same thing. Now for Figma, for some reason, I'm not sure why, but if you do the iPhone 11 frame and you do a prototype example, it doesn't show like the little Apple phone around it. So for us, we're just gonna have to stare at the screen. I wish it did, but it's kind of weird because you have to like scroll too. It's like a little bigger, and if I were to change the fitting, it wouldn't show you the effect of the scrolling. So let me show you really quick. So here is the home page for this screen, and the difference in the design right away is that I added the search bar right away, right there. So in case in the previous one they had to click on something before they could search, but if they already been on the app or they know it, ideally, we'd want it right there. And so you can go here and click on the search bar here, type something, so bath, autofill, so you click on it, and then boom, there we go. So let me go back and actually show you the normal route we just did. So for this one, same thing, beginners training lessons right here. And you can see how I left some white space on the side this time. I did add a timer to showcase like how long the actual training would be, especially if someone's busy, they don't have much time, or they don't want to sit there and spend 1 hour. But ideally, most videos were essentially designed around less than 30 minutes. And then here, just like a watch now, just to make it easier visually, especially for people who might not understand, like you have to click it. And ideally, it's just a little thing I added there for this design. And then you click on this, and you can see clearly already the design for the video is much different. Because what happened when I did this design was that ideally this would autoplay, but if you didn't know it, you'd have to put some sort of play button. And a lot of people, when they were using my app and it was on the recording showing them using the app, they kept trying to click this button, but it didn't do anything, obviously, because it's just a picture. So here I decided to switch it to where you can clearly see the player here. That way they're not going to sit there and type because they know it's supposed to be a video. And then obviously, full screen, just typical blue design here. And then I added a recommended training items. So for this, you need 2 things for this specific training. And then here I just have the numbered with the same exact instructions. It's just different way of looking at it. I'd say it looks a lot cleaner. This one looks kind of boring and just basic. And then here's adds more, I'd say, fun to the app as far as the design wise. And then I'm about to change some stuff here, but overall, this is like the new version of the training part. And then you notice I did remove the search at the bottom, left it at 3 logos. I also changed the logos and added a word under it so it can actually label it. So because sometimes people might not know like what this like phone logo means or icon. So I have here. And you can't really tell because the now you can see it says contact trainers. So if I click on this one, now you can see clearly it's much different than the previous one. Like if I go back, let me see. Sometimes it's annoying to click on this. So hold up. All right. So you can see here clearly the previous design, not too, I'd say, aesthetic in my opinion. Here, much better. So if you want to call someone, go here, and then also directions. And then you have the map here, starting, showcasing that, then click end, and then boom, go back here. And then it's pretty much typical, reviews with the name. And then settings, last thing we have here is the settings. So essentially, here you click it down, it goes open, and then it shows you that. And then also like privacy policy, stuff that's like legal, and then support here. And then you send a message here, okay, and right there. And that's pretty much the new redesign. Much more simple, I'd say, but a lot better as far as guidance and UX design wise, because it tells you where to start if this is your first time. The search bar is right in your face. That way you literally can't miss it. And then also you have your options here with the timing and all that additional little details there. But overall, this is what I created for the Udacity UX Designer Nanodegree course. So if you did have any other questions or just wanted to get some feedback on my actual thing I created, just leave it in the comments below. And then also if you wanted me to go like screen by screen through what I created here too, you can see this as well. And I still have to label some stuff too, but as far as the overall prototype, I was just playing around with some things up here with designing and all that too. But overall, the design, nothing too crazy. However, I just want to make this comment is that if you are your very first time getting into UX UI design, I would say is look in some other courses or at least tutorials so that you actually have a feel of how to create these things. Because if you just get in, you never made like a box before or add a text, then you'd have to learn that as you do the Udacity course as well too, if you were to get into it. But overall, I mean, it's pretty easy and simple to learn. I mean, like I created this literally with like almost no design knowledge, literally none, and I'm still learning too. So it's like it's not too hard, I'd say, but just do know that your design might look better than mine too, as well as a bonus if you do have some experience, and also could look worse. That just depends on your experience again. But aside from that, here is the prototype that I created for Udacity's user experience design Nanodegree. So if you did want to check it out, I'll put a link down below. You guys can sign up through there, or I'll find my review video. You can check that out too as well. You can look at it more and see if you want to get in or not. But if you did have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you want to follow me along this journey, and I'll see you in the next video.